All right, race 1, you can start heading out. We will get drivers out of race 5. Mod 2-wheel drive buggy out here to Marshall. I think I'm just going to marshal over here all day, so hopefully this corner will be covered pretty well.
Two minutes to the start of the race. One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race.
If anyone else wants to help marshal, that would be awesome, and if not, that's okay. Me and Matthew can run around as much as possible.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
But yeah, if we have anyone else that can help marshal, that'd be sweet. If not, that's all right too.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, I'm going to see what Tegan's got going on here. All right, Tegan, what's the damage?
No, no, no damage. My sensor light.
All right, we're going to get Tegan Cummings out here checked in, ready to go. All right, boys, next time by, we'll line them up over here by me. Good luck. Try not to crash, especially back there. It's not going to be covered very well. All right. Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah, we can go in that corner. That'd be sweet. All right. Driver's ready. Marshal's ready. Sort yourselves out on the tone. All right, off and underway. You guys will be on your own clock here. Let you get a few laps in, and we'll start looking at times. All right, we'll let you get a few laps in here. Right now, though, Tegan up front, 15-3, hot lap of the race so far. Brian 18-5, Paul 26-2. One minute down, 4 left to go. Got Tegan out front on a 19.505. Brian at 17.516. Paul 12.501. Tegan going to be the pink car getting stuck on the pipe. A little bit of trouble there for Tegan. Still going to have a little bit of a lead, though. Brian not too far back in that number 2 spot, about 6 seconds out. And then going to be another 27 back to Paul in the 3. Oh, trouble for your leader going on his lid. Brian's going to be closer now. Oh, a little bit of trouble for second place, too. Those 2 crashes will probably cancel out. Should be about where they were. Tegan now back to 18.507. Brian 17.514. Paul 14.520. Oh, watch the uphill triple. That's clear. All 3 guys going to be on the same part of the track now. Oh, a little bit of trouble for Brian. Tegan working his way through in the pink car. Coming across the line on a 18.504. Brian still hold on to that 2 spot, 17.513. Paul 13.503.
One minute left.
1 minute to go. Tegan still out front, 18.502. Brian is 17.516. Paul 13.514. Leader coming across the line, 16.3 that time by. 30 seconds up on Brian. Brian a minute up on Paul, so everyone pretty spread out in this one. All right, that's time. Everybody keep going. Don't stop till you get called done. Keep them rolling, keep them rolling.
Brian Zimmerman done.
All right, you guys be done as you cross.
Paul Andrade
That's
done.
a race. Tegan going to take that 18.5 flat. Brian 16.502. Paul 12.510. If I can get 2 of you guys to grab the blowers here. All right, race 2, 21.5. You guys are up. Start heading out. We'll get our drivers from the last one back out here to Marshall and any volunteers I can get.
Two minutes to the start of the race. One minute to the start of the race.
All right, getting all our drivers checked in here. Got some marshals out here. Thank you, guys.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, we got a couple more to
30
check in.
seconds to
Victor
the
and
start of the
Sawyer to
race.
check in.
"15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, just waiting on Victor. There he is. All right, and then he can come back now. Yep. All right, sweet. Got my drivers, got my marshals. Yeah. You guys sort yourselves out. Get where you want to be. And you can separate yourselves out on its own. All right, everybody on the clock and running here. Let you get a few laps in before we start looking at your times. All right, 1 minute down, 4 left to go. So far, it's Robert Summers up front on 18.5.16. Brian is 17.508. Chris 16.510. Victor, oh, Victor in that 4th spot, 16.512. Simon 13.5 flat. Sawyer 9.531. Watch the back triple. Careful on the back triple. That is clear. Now got Brian taking over the race lead. Robert, Victor, and Chris all right there together. Top 4 drivers only separated by 2 seconds. Oh, back triple. Sawyer going for a ride. Watch the back triple. And that is clear. Two and a half down, 2.5 left to go. Halfway into this one. Right now, Brian and Robert battle for the lead right there together. Separated by 6/10 last time by. Victor going to be another 2 seconds out in that 3 spot. Chris in the 4, Simon 5, Sawyer 6. Watch the back triple, and watch the end of the straightaway. Back triple again, and that is clear. Now that time by Victor taking over the race lead. He was sitting in that 3 spot. Watch the back triple. All right, that is clear. Still got a 3-way battle here. Victor, Robert, and Brian all separated by 2 seconds last time by. So some close racing for those 3. Oh, Robert goes for a little ride on the triple. Oh, got one up against the wall. Tegan's on the move. 1 minute left to go.
1 minute
Victor
left.
is still out front on a 17.509. Brian in that 2 spot about 4 seconds out. Another 1 second back to Robert, 20 seconds back to Chris, 8 seconds back to Simon, and 2:40 back to Sawyer. $15 seconds to go. Still got Victor leading this one out, 17.510. Robert 1 second back in that 2 spot on a 17.511. Brian in the 3, 17.518. Chris 15.517. Simon 15.519. And Sawyer 8.508. All right, that's time, everybody. Keep going. Don't stop until you get called done. Keep them going. Keep them going.
Sawyer Andrade done. Victor Berger done.
All right, you guys will be done as you cross.
Robert Summers done. Brian Zimmerman done. Chris Gross done. Simon Andrade
All right, that's a
done.
race. Everybody is
race is
done. Victor
completed.
takes that one 17.510. Robert right there with him, 17.510.7. Brian at 17.515. Chris 15.518. Simon and Sawyer rounding out the order. All right. We get those guys back out here to Marshall Race 3, 13.5 4-wheel.
Two minutes to the start of the race.
All
1
right,
minute to the
starting to get
start
our
of the
drivers
race.
checked in here. And should be able to get most of you guys from the last one and might need a couple volunteers. I guess a decent amount of you guys are
45
actually back to back,
seconds to the start
so
of the race.
this might be what we got. Victor. Oh, Victor's in this one. Forgot.
30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race.
Yeah, I mean, you're either going to make it or not. All right. We'll get Robert over there. Yep, he's not going to make it, so just, yep, we'll get you over there and we'll get going. Actually, Robert, go on the bucket if you can, just so you can get whatever's around. This is all we got, so. I mean, he can if he wants. Yeah, as many people as we can have out here would be sweet. Yeah, where's Matthew at? Matthew should be marshaling. Probably just the end of the straightaway is fine, and then I'll get Matthew, possibly. Matthew, I'll get you at the top of the hill. Yep. All right, drivers ready, marshals ready. Sort yourselves out on the tone. All right, we'll let you guys get a few laps in here, and then we'll start looking at times. Watch a back triple. Woo! Back triple, back triple. Easy on the back triple. That is clear. All right, so far got Tegan up front, 20 and a 5:15. Dennis 19.509. Brian, it's 18.508. Chris, 16.508. Paul, 11.5 flat. Victor, 8.520. Leader coming across the line here, 20 and a 5:15, 8 seconds up on Brian now. 3.5 back to Dennis in the 3 spot, 12 back to Chris in the 4, 23 back to Paul in the 5, 15 back to Victor in the 6. Watch at the top of the hill. That is clear. Still got Tegan up front, 19.501. Dennis, 18.503. Brian is 17.506. Chris, 16.504. Paul, 13.517. Victor out of this one early. Tegan still up front, coming across the line here. He's on a 19.506. Dennis in that 2 spot, only 5.5 seconds out. Brian in the 3, Chris 4, Paul 5, Victor 6.
1 minute left.
Dennis got fast off of the race, 15.2. Tegan a 15.5. Brian a 16.0. Chris 16.4. Paul 19.7. Uh-oh, Dennis going to be close here with Tegan now. Tegan having some mistakes. Tegan about 4 seconds up on Dennis now. Dennis been putting on the afterburners. That is time. Everybody keep going. Don't stop till your call done.
Chris Gross done. Tegan Cummings done. Brian Zimmerman done. Dennis Keith done.
All right, that's a race. Tegan taking
the race
that.
is completed.
19.507. Dennis 19.512. Brian is 17.508. Chris 16 flat. Paul 11 and Victor 2 laps. All right, we'll get those guys back out here to Marshall. Race 4, 13.5 stadium truck. Chris, Simon, and Brian in this one.
2 minutes to the start of the race.
He's raging for no reason.
One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, guys. Got my marshals, got my drivers. You can get them over here. We'll get you started. And assume that's Simon there. All right. All right. Sort yourselves out on the tone. All right, let you guys get a couple more laps in, and then we'll start looking at times. Got the whole pack coming down here and across the line. Right now, got Brian up front, 17.507. Chris, 17.509. Simon, 16.516. Now got Chris taking over the lead, 16.517, 1.5 seconds up on Simon. Simon with half a second up on Brian, so everyone pretty close here. Good battle for the lead, first, second, and third right there together. Coming across the line. All right, 2 minutes down and 3 left to go. Still got Chris up front, 16.518. Brian in that 2 spot, about 7 seconds out on a 15.515. Those two headed over the back. Oh, Chris going for a little tumble, lands back on all 4 tires. Across the line he goes. Brian and Chris going at it here pretty close last time by. Here comes Brian across the line at 16:5:19. The minute 30 left to go.
One minute left.
Less than a minute left to go. Brian is 16:5:15, 12 seconds up on Chris now. Oh, we're getting together there on the back triple. $25 seconds. That's time. Everybody keep going. Don't stop till you're called done.
Brian Zimmerman done.
All right. You should be done as you cross.
Chris Gross done.
All right. Brian takes
The
that
race is
16:5:12. Chris 15:5:16. Simon 5 laps and then had some trouble. All right. We'll get you guys back out here to Marshall, get all three of you, and we'll probably need some volunteers here. Get the track blown off.
Two minutes to the start of the race.
All right. We'll get anyone we can to volunteer Marshall. No. I'm going to hit the start button and then I'll go up on the stand.
One minute to the start of the race. 45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race. 15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, I'm about to start it. What? How many rounds? 3? I mean, if you guys want to do 2, that's fine also. I don't doesn't matter to me. All right. We'll sort ourselves out on the tone.
1 minute left. Matthew Schroeder done. Jake Staltzing done. Tegan Cummings done. The race is completed.
All right. That is a race. I took that one 21.502. Tegan 18.522. Matthew 15.505. All right, we can get going into the next round. I mean, a lot of you guys are running a lot of classes, so we'll try to give you some time here. If you guys want about, I don't know, 15-minute break, 20. I mean, I can make it 20, yeah, for sure. Okay. Yeah, yeah. All right, yeah, we can get going with qualifier 2 here, about 20 minutes. So we'll go 3:15. All right, 3:15 for a start time. All the heats will be the same and everything. We'll get going at 3:15.